Hello folks, weekend is ending here. Let's visit CSSBattle.dev and make a thing out of the target. Look at that cute guy. Oh wow, I really like that. I really like that one. As tempted as I am to do the nested template and use the body and HTML elements, so I'm going to make a paragraph tag and turn that paragraph tag into this little jobber here. Okay, what do we got? Well, we've got a border of 10 pixels solid of a thing of this gray, which is 6Bs, which can be shortened to 3Bs, I believe. And it's got a background overall on the body of that color. Oh, and oh, look at that. Oh, just saw a wrinkle. Ooh, so the wrinkle is this curve. So we have curve, curve, curve. Now, we have options, but we're gonna see what those options are. All right, so let's get to it and see how we do. We'll just write the code and move things into place. We may need more than one element here. If so, we'll see what those are. So using margins, pushing this little guy inward with margins, 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 and make it a little taller. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to set a, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to do border radius. 10 pixels, let's say, and 20. You can see that adhering as we get more black. That's showing that the diff is doing what I want. In violation of mostly how I do these things, I'm going to say I'm going to do the easier part first and save the red part for last. Radial gradient of a 1Q, which is a circle at 100%, 50%, 100%, and it's going to be that color, 20 pixels, and then this dark. So there's a little circle, there's a little circlet, and 3, and then let's move them up. So 0 minus 200 pixels or something. There we go. So 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can match that. So a little smaller, how about 25? And a little further up, 45. All right. So I think that so this at 100% is wrong. We need to make it even lower. So 110%. And then move it a little further up, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, that's too much. All right, I need what do I need? A pixel value. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then move them up a little more. 50, 51, 52, 6, 5, 3, 4, 2, 350. There it is. So a very specific radial gradient. So again, that's what that looks like. So that's a radial gradient at 50%, which is in the middle horizontally, and then at 305 pixels. The reason it's 305 pixels is that it's below the size of the body. So the body is 300 pixels tall. The center of that circle is 5 pixels below that 300 pixels height, which is why it does that. Okay, now this guy. So if I do the naive thing and say, hey, how about background linear gradient. And I'll start with to top, even though that's not the best syntax. Red, transparent. I'm missing. What am I missing? I'm missing a semicolon there. So there I have the start of it. And then what? So okay, let's go 20 pixels and 0. I'll make it go a little further up. 3. So what are my options to create that negative space? How about a box shadow inset? Let's see if that will work. I don't know if it will. Minus 10 pixels. 10 pixels. Inset. Okay, so negative is wrong. And yeah, there it is. So no. The answer is that curve is not the same. So yes, I can inset that thing, but it won't work correctly. And that means it's unsuitable for this purpose. Which means, for those of you playing along at home, can't do it there. So we don't want a background on that. Plump, we don't want it. And we don't want that. Nope. We need a second element. Okay, second element. Here we go. P. And you'll notice that the thing up here has become a circle. Why has that become a circle? It has become a circle because the body, which we attached it to, is taller. So now that origin gives me a whole circle. So to fix that, I need to make this, the margins of this be something negative to begin with. Minus 200, great. And what? Well, probably 142 or something like that. And yeah, and then I want border. I guess I can do border color. If I set border color, maybe that will do what I want. And then I'm going to set a background, linear gradient. And if I do 180 degrees, how about negative 180 degrees? No, that's not what it is. What is it? What do I want? It's not 90. It's to top. If I'm doing it that way. All right. So let's make this more negative. So interestingly, the curves are slightly different. So I need to set a height. Height of 20, let's say. Actually, a height of like 50 would be ideal. And then this border radius is some other number. Border radius, so the curve is a little different, so let's make it like 20 pixels. There we go. I think that's going to be better. Now, I got the margins wrong. 1.5, 1.4. All right. That might have it. Let's see. Let's see if that's it. We're going to find out right now. All right, so we got 100% match. What tunings and optimizations can we do here? Well, we can set a var of this, var-c for color, and then only set -c. That's a thing we can do. This border radius we can set as a variable as well, r, and then that becomes r. These aren't particularly great optimizations, but they're ones that I like a lot. And they do tend to shave off characters. All right, and then this background, I think that the way to do this is to do this color first. We just don't do the two top. Don't do the direction. And this is going to be based probably on what 20. Oh, can I do 50%? Maybe 50%, and then 0. Now I can tune these numbers. Sure, there it is. And then I can do 50%. Okay, that's not too bad. What else? So this height also is a variable var --h. Arguable that that's better. I like it. Okay. Is that all the things I want to do? Let's minify and unit replace and submit, and we're done. Super enjoy that one, really do. And that's a perfect illustration of how a gradient's origin and how it's set up is dependent on the body size overall, if it's an absolute value, right? So 100% is always going to be right at the very bottom of it. But if you have that origin at a position, then that's dependent on whether it's actually available. So percentage, 0 to 100% is always going to be within the bounds. But another number might not be, depending on the size of the element. All right, and that's a great lesson for this our low battery. I hope your batteries are full. I hope you're topping up your energy levels and taking care of yourselves and take care of others. And go make a web page. Go make that web page. It's a good day to make a web page, and hopefully a good week to make a web page too. All right, bye bye. Have a great day.